I love The Evil Dead. The film is a horror masterpiece and one of the most influential low-budget horror films ever made. But I've been seeing some rumors that The Evil Dead is far from original. I mean, it straight ripped off a little-known horror movie from 1970 known as Equinox. Now I hear what you're saying. You want proof? Well, take a look at these films side by side. Some scenes from The Evil Dead 2 to make my point, but it is really hard to deny that director Sam Raimi wasn't heavily influenced by Equinox, if not just ripping it off. Or at least that's what I'm trying to get you to think. We'll get more into that later. Welcome to the HellBound Horror Show. Everyone who claims that The Evil Dead ripped off Equinox is full of crap. What? How can I say that? I showed you proof. I showed you all pretty damning evidence. But if you actually sit down and watch these films back to back, you'll notice that they have very little in common. We'll get more into the similarities and differences later, but first, let's find out what Equinox is about. The film starts at the very end. An explosion starts the film as our hero falls into frame. Whatever happened before this moment, it really messed up our main dude. He wanders away and is run over by a car. Next, he's in a mental institution and a cop comes in to investigate. It's through the cop that we get the backstory of the movie. These teenagers are going to a party that's a few hours away, but on their way they want to stop at this cabin and see their scientist friend. Well, when they get to the cabin, it was destroyed by a giant squid creature. They debate on how the cabin got like that, and then they see a cave and hear a crazy noise. They investigate and find an old rambling man.
We heard this noise in here and flapping sound.
That's the demon you heard.
He explains of a book of spells and then he just gives it to the kids.
Here you are, take it. Now get out.
Why does he give them the book of spells? Because why the heck not? Apparently the plot needs it to get going. I don't know. So they get the spell book and then the scientist that they came to find steals the book. They chase after him and then accidentally kill him. He only got tackled, but he's dead. And then he just disappears. The gang is confused and frankly, so am I. And then they see this castle in the distance. When they go to check in on the castle, it disappears and then they're attacked by a giant monster. The creature wants the book. Well, after they kill the monster, they investigate the hidden castle and realize that there's an invisible force field of sorts. Basically, this movie's equivalent to Hell wants this ancient spell book that the scientist stole. The scientist was into demon summoning or something. It's a bit convoluted and forgettable. But the film ends with a fun conclusion with this devil flying creature, and that part's pretty dope. For being low budget, it's not too bad. Acting isn't great and the story fumbles like a brick, but there are some good moments to be had. The stop motion is pretty awesome and there is some fun twists to be had. It's a bit mind-blowing knowing that the film was later distributed by the Criterion Collection. It's a fine film, but it's a lot closer to a Vinegar Syndrome title than it is to a Criterion one. So, what are the similarities and differences when comparing Equinox to the Evil Dead films? Both films have an evil book as the focal point that drives the narrative forward. Both books can conjure up demons, but The Evil Dead has an ancient book that is bound in human flesh and
inked with human blood.
While the book in Equinox looks like it's freshly written and it's just an oversized workbook. Both have a scientist that uncovers the mysteries of the unknown and deciphers the evil book. Both scientists play large roles in setting up the story and plot, but play little importance in the physical happenings of the film. There are some demons and creatures from another world present in both. Evil Dead's demons possess the living, but there are also some living trees and this awesome monstrosity. Equinox goes for a little more of the classic monster approach. Sure, you have this awesome squid monster, but most of them are bipedal, human-esque monsters. Both also have important necklaces that play major key roles later in the film and help protect our main hero from the evil. The most damning evidence by far is when the book is explained. Equinox and The Evil Dead 2 have very similar sequences with fog in the book. While you can stretch the truth and find some major similarities between both films, watching the movies back to back, you wouldn't really get the sense that The Evil Dead ripped off Equinox. Equinox barely had a theatrical run and was mostly just played at drive-ins. It was a lesser known horror film, and sure, Sam Raimi loves cinema, but it's hard to say that he even saw it. Maybe he had seen it after The Evil Dead was released and played homage to it in The Evil Dead 2, but I highly doubt it. I believe that both films took inspiration from a similar source, H.P. Lovecraft and other cosmic horror authors. The Evil Dead flat out steals the Necronomicon from Lovecraft. Both films wanted to tell a low-budget cosmic horror story and went similar routes. So, did The Evil Dead rip off Equinox? No, I highly doubt it. But you can come to your own conclusion on your own. What do you think? Oh, he thinks it's time to go. Well, I guess that's all I have for tonight. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe, and take care, everyone.